They say success is the best revenge. Heard they was sleeping again, say it no more.
The scope of this company is not about numbers. It's not about what makes the most money. It's about what's appeasing to the soul. What can we do to make this company grow, make it bigger?
Reaching out to the youth.
We had a way in every tale. You said the devils knows you well. Listen up, only one. I need you to see you got that power for me. My mind, everything I hold dear is right in those eyes. Got that power to me. My mind, the only one I know.
Got that power over me. My mind, everything I hold dear resides in those eyes. You got that power over me. My mind, the only one I know, the only one on my mind. You got that power over me. You got that power over me.
Crypto YouTube, what's going on? Back with another banger. But before we begin, I just want to give a big shout out to all my new subscribers, comments, likes, the love. You guys have really been killing it. I appreciate it. We are going places, right? We are taking the crypto YouTube by storm, eh? But just a big shout out to everybody. I hope, there's peace and love with you and everything is going well in your life. And if not, I hope that, at some point you will find that peace and that love that you need. With all my heart, right? So, before we begin, I do want to give a shout out to the weekly pivots. If you know, in my last video, I spoke about hitting the weekly P. Granted, now it's hiding behind this candle right here and doesn't want to show its face. But we did have a nice bounce in this area. It went a little deeper than I had thought it would go, by almost 1.5%. But still, nonetheless, pretty good bounce. I'm still in my long as well from 54,000. But it's not looking great. I feel like if we lose this area, we're going to have very, very heavy downside to come. So, worst case, we get back over here. Pretty much where my entry is. Possible chance for another long. Take it back upside. But overall, things just don't look really good with Bitcoin. The stock market had a wonderful rally today. Dow, S&P, Nas, they all had this miraculous comeback today. And Bitcoin just kind of sits here in this range of nothingness. So unfortunately, it is what it is, right? But we're going to dive into the charts. We're going to see what we can find, see what's next for Bitcoin. This is going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough find for Bitcoin, but I do have some info to hand out, to give you, to help you trade better and make good decisions. So stay tuned. We're going to do the old, roundup of news. Then we'll look at S&P. We'll look at the dollar. We're not going to look at the Dow today. I kind of been bored of looking at the Dow. I've kind of switched the Dow with Ethereum. And then, we'll look at Bitcoin, Ethereum. And then I'm not going to do a random indicator today because I do want to kind of dive deep into a new psychology course that I'm working through right now, and I pretty much have the basis down for what I want to do with it, and I do want to share that with you and kind of go over that for a moment before we actually begin and get really into the video. So if this is your first time watching, please subscribe, tick the little bell, like, comment, and share. I hope that I can gain more following and really have a nice group of traders. As well as that, the promotion for the group is still going on. You can find the description, the code in the description for you if you're interested in doing that. Would love to have you in the group as well. It would be an honor to have you in the group. So, but before we begin, I do want to go ahead and just get into the psychology course that I'm working on through. I kind of wrote it, I kind of threw it in this channel right here on Discord. I do like using Discord as like just kind of an area to put notes and stuff and show on screen more so than like having a notepad or, a Note plus or, just all these other programs that I have to have on here that I have to switch to. And it's just this whole ordeal. I feel like I've gotten better at creating videos and creating content, but something with OBS, it kind of just like rubs me the wrong way. It's just very cluttery and boring. And I know a lot of people say use Streamlabs, but I've just kind of gotten so comfortable with OBS with what I've been able to accomplish with it that I haven't really moved to anything else. But yeah, anyways, so I am going to be doing a new psychology course within my private group. I am going to release a couple of the videos I've already done. I'm probably going to release 3 of the videos of the, what do we have here? 20 videos that I have here. But I really enjoyed making this content, and I hope you enjoy it just as much as I did creating it. There's a lot to it, but at the same time, with psychology stuff, you kind of just have to sit there and listen to it. There really isn't like anything on screen, or I can't really show you. It's like just to listen in and kind of just gauge and take what I have to talk about into consideration, right? So some of these videos, I'm just going to have like a background that's just spinning around, and other videos I might have, college football's upon us, NFL's upon us right now. So I do want to have some of my content of playing college football on there. And then in the background, we'll have me discussing these topics here. So these aren't in any order. When I create the course and the content of it, I have most of the videos done, but I haven't actually created the sections and the modules that I'm going to do for the actual course yet. And then once the course is done, everybody who's in the group will automatically get it automatically. It will automatically be given to you. It comes with a lifetime membership. And then anybody who joins, you can buy the course separately, or you can get it with the full membership or anything. Just some content from me personally, from myself, to everybody to kind of just say as like a thank you, right? So we have overcoming fear and greed in trading. Explore how fear and greed can impact trading decisions and strategies to manage these emotions effectively. I'm just going to kind of go over a couple of these. Dealing with losses, the psychological impact of trading setbacks, the role of discipline in successful trading, the psychology of risk management. That one's a huge one, and I go into really big details about just proper risk management and how much risk management plays a role in just the psychology of you as a person. You know, if you don't have proper risk management, you don't get out when you need to get out. You don't need to take profits. You know, you don't take profits when you need to take profits, or you move your stop loss, or you put more into that risk that you're taking. All these kind of mentally mess with you, you know, and it kind of puts you in a really bad mental state. So I really dive into that as well. And most of these videos are about 35 minutes to 40 minutes. So it's just, 30 to 40 minutes of me blabbing on about stuff, right? But that's good. It's good content, right? And I'm going to release a couple of them publicly, and I hope that you'll tune in and listen to them. I did do a YouTube, what do you call it? Like a community votes thing, and everybody was really for me doing it. So I thought it would be good for me to actually do it and do a couple public ones to just kind of like, if you're not in the group and you're not part of the group, kind of tease you with this new content that I've been creating and I'm going to be releasing as well. FOMO, fear of missing out, and its effects on trading. That one I actually finished up the other night, and that's probably my favorite one to do, was that one. I'd give a lot of examples of FOMO and just the overall mental state that it can put on you when you're trying to trade these shit coins that are out here that have these massive gains that you hear on news articles or in other channels or whatever it is, or online, or at the end of the day, it's like you're kind of gambling. You go a little ahead of the game and just sitting there gambling. So it doesn't quite always work out to your advantage in most cases. Sometimes you'll get lucky. I've been trading for quite a while, and I've had a couple big trades, but nothing that would, change my life dramatically in a way that some of these people do. To this day, that the wins that they make and stuff to this day, I don't really think it's as much as it was the last bull run. I feel like this one's kind of really oversaturated with a lot of really bad coins, and it makes it hard for certain coins that actually are good to actually pump and really get something out of them. But the role of self-reflection in trading success, the dangers of trading addiction, recognizing the signs, and then the impact of news and social media on trading psychology. I think that's another big thing, news, and the impact of social media on trading psychology, right? So a lot of times I talk about news articles that come out, we're at major areas of support, and these huge bearish news articles come out saying that we're going to go lower, we're going to go to zero. And then the same concept for the upside, we're on like a heavy area of resistance, 70,000 per se, in the case that we are on the range right now. When you're watching this video later on down the road, it might not be 70K, might not be that psychological level that I speak of now. So, but when we're at that 70,000 level, and it's, darn well that it's a resistance level, it's a good area to look for opportunities for shorts from that range. And then all these news articles come out saying that prices, bound to go to 150,000, bound to just increase dramatically, and you got to prepare, you got to get ready. And then price just drops, it just plummets, everybody gets liquidated. So I'm really excited about this course. I've been working on it on and off for a while, and I've been kind of keeping it a secret for the longest time, but I think it's almost to the point where it's complete. There is some other items, like I do want to get another Nexus update, and there's a few other items I need to fix with the course part of the website that I want to get done as well. So, there's some things that I still need to complete while doing this as well. So hopefully I can get this out as soon as possible, talk about it now, and then 3 months it's finally out. So hopefully it's not that long, but things do come up, other things do come up. They tend to take my time away from here and there. There's just not enough time in the day for me to get everything that I need to get done. Unfortunately, I wish there was more time in the day. And I'm not one to sleep, a whole bunch either. If I get 8 hours, I'm lucky. Not that I have a problem sleeping. I always have things that I need to get done and do, right? So I'm always thinking about things to get done and do. Anyways, outside of that, I think that's pretty much it for, I guess, mostly housekeeping items. I did take off the background. I'm only going to I had a couple people even actually DM'd me on Discord saying, hey, the background kind of has to go when you're doing these videos. So my last video that I did, that I, actually talked in, not my live trade video, but the video before that, I had recorded practically the whole entire thing and then figured out that I still had the background on my screen. So normally I play the background in the beginning, and then towards the middle to the end, or towards when I start actually talking and chatting, I turn off the background. Well, I forgot to do it in the last video, so my apologies for that. Moving forward, I'm just going to leave the background off videos that I'm talking, but it just looks so cool. Like, come on, it looked really great, didn't it? It looked awesome. But viewing and watching and seeing what I see is critical for you to find success as well, from the info that I give you. So anyways, I hope everybody loves my new psychology course once it's out. I will be dropping a couple videos. I'm either going to drop a video Friday night or Saturday night, possibly, as like a starter. It probably won't be the intro video. I'll probably keep the intro video inside the course, but maybe the FOMO one, because I really enjoyed creating this one. That was really nice. Or maybe the let me see. Let me look over here. What was the other one I did? See if I can pull it up here. Overcoming fear. Yeah, I guess it would be the FOMO ones when I just finished. I thought I did another one. Oh, this one right here. Overcoming fear and greed. That's the one I did. I'll probably release this one. And then I'll probably release this one as well. But if there's one you would like me to release, if you're not in the group and there's one that you would like me to release to the public that you would like to look at, I would be more than happy to do that, as long as it's there's only so many I'm going to release. I'm probably going to release 3 total to the public, and then the rest will be private. So, but I hope you listen to the ones that are public, you like them, and you want more content. There's a lot more content than just this. We have full four courses with multiple sections, lots of info. Takes quite a bit of time. Some people faster than others. Some people read a lot faster than others, but there are timers and there are limits, so you can only go so fast in this course without sitting down, taking the course, reading it, and possibly taking notes, right? Lord forbid that you have to take notes on something you're trying to learn, right? It's like you're in school again. Anyways, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and jump into it. I'm gonna just try to keep this quick and to the point, as the Bitcoin is just dropping like crazy. So we're gonna get ahead and hit the dollar first, which has given us some really weird price action. But by the way, there has been it's been pretty weird price action this week, I must say. Overall, the traditional market and the dollar and Bitcoin, it's been kind of weird. I did look for this lower part right here. We never actually got that. We just chopped back up to the top here. Now we're back at a resistance level. The price action is just kind of weird. It's all over the place. But we did have those reports come out this week. I expected more. The reports were great and everything, but I expected more from the actual reports coming out to move the markets even more than they have, especially for Bitcoin. In the case of Bitcoin, I expected it to have a really good move from that, but seems like we didn't. Before we do begin the charts, though, I do want to check out, see if there's any stock news items that we could look at real quick. Paramount stock jumps after report of new bid for parent company. Let's see. I don't see anything. This popular Japan ETF has whipsawed as the yen carry trade unwinds. Here's how investors should react. Yeah. What's next? I don't really care too much for XRP. Sorry, everybody. Goldman Sachs joins Morgan Stanley in holding Bitcoin ETF. Oh, yeah. I did hear about that. They came out about it, having it. Yeah, I haven't looked at these all day, so this is kind of new for us, both of us. China man abducted. Kidnappers demand $1 million in USDT. Well, it's good they're using USDT. I must say, I prefer to use USDT over Bitcoin because the fees are a lot less. So they know what they're doing, right? The kidnappers know what's going on right now. They're 1 million in USDT, perfect. Very, 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 very little, low fees, very quick transaction. You know, they'll get their money pretty darn quick compared to taking it over Bitcoin or Ethereum for that matter. But yeah, okay. I do want to get in the charts. Bitcoin tumbles back under 58K as crypto quickly crumbles Thursday afternoon. Yeah, like I said, the price action this week, especially today, was pretty wild seeing that. I did just leave my short open because it wasn't a good area for me to just kind of ride it out. And we pretty much have gotten just that. Just kind of fell apart right here. Slowly went up. Let's see, open interest went up. This one's kind of wild because open interest went up as well. Let's see here. Let's load for the 15 here. Well, actually, yeah, let's see. I guess it did. Yeah, open interest went up as shorts went up and longs went down. Ooh, that's kind of ugly to see. Anyways, let's go ahead and look at S&P while we got it open right now real quick. Sorry, I'm kind of jumping around the place. Let's go look at that weekly. Man. We got one more day. That weekly's almost recovered. That's insane to see. Let me get a drink of water here real quick. All right, I'm back. So the weekly's still holding a bearish posture on us. I don't really care to see that too much. Daily's looking pretty darn good though. I was still overall bullish on S&P. I did want that pullback over here in this area, but we never got that. But it's still looking pretty darn good on these higher time frames. S&P, I mean, practically that move down just reset everything for us, and it's just off to the races again. I mean, the 4 hour looks great, 6 hour looks great. 4 hour is starting to turn over just a little bit, but not quite there. 2 hour, I mean, two hours so overextended from these rises. We are coming on this order block, so I wouldn't see, where was the weekly P at? I wouldn't be surprised if we had a pullback tomorrow, that order block right there. But let me pull up the settings and see where the weekly P is. If they pull up. There we go. All right, weekly P, let's put that to 15. I don't know why it does not save it, but for some reason it never saves it. All right, 15, here we go. Now we're cooking. So we tagged the weekly P, let's see, Friday, Saturday, Monday. Yep, we tagged the weekly P, came to the weekly P, hit it, went past it. Didn't even touch a support either. Crazy to see that. Well, didn't get that area that we were looking for either. That would have been a nice little area to get, but the move was up eventually, so direction's still the same. Let's see, 1 hour. Let's check out 1 hour. Yeah, 1 hour is looking like it's a little bearish here, so I would like to see a bit of a pullback, a healthy little pullback right here. Wouldn't be too bad, especially near this order block that we have built. Let's look at the dollar. Man, that's insane. That is insane. I don't remember seeing that today. That's crazy. So in my last video, I spoke about the dollar being still bullish on the dollar, and it looks like it's kind of trying to recover what it lost this week. But let's go ahead and look at the weekly. Weekly's still bearish. Pretty much all these higher time frame indicators are bearish, but they take a bit of time to play out. It's kind of in a neutral zone for me right now. It's kind of flatlined at the 5 line right now. -5 line, flatlined. So that kind of gives me a bullish indication that we're going to continue further up. Oh yeah, 12 hours looking pretty darn good for some continuation. 8 hours looking really good. That doesn't hold well for Bitcoin at all. 6 hours looking really good. I mean, it's looking even better than it did my last update video. 4 hours looking beautiful as well. I kind of want to see what it does getting back into that order block again. Let's see. Where's the weekly P at? Weekly P is right here. We've pretty much tested it. Sitting at support now with it. So I kind of want to see what we do up in this area, but overall it's looking pretty good. 2 hours kind of burnt out a little bit, so we could have a minor pullback. But seeing this candle right here is pretty intense. I don't even remember seeing this. It was Thursday. I mean, that was today's. Interesting. That's crazy. That's crazy to see. I mean, such a massive move. Oh, you know what? I bet you Bitcoin dropped that same time, right? Let's see, Thursday, 12. I think Bitcoin was a little later than that, actually. But, you know, I'm bullish on the dollar still, which doesn't hold well for Bitcoin for us. But let's check out Bitcoin now, see what we get. Let's see, August 12. Nah, I guess it was a delay. It was a delayed reaction. The dollar pumped for a bit, and then Bitcoin followed a bit later, delayed. Interesting. We did have a, what is this, the 1 hour? We had a bearish divergence on the 1 hour, which normally they don't play out this well. It really bugs me to see it play out like that. I mean, that's 6% right there. Ugh. Yeah, and you know, my last video update, I was really bearish, and like I was targeting the weekly P. We got the weekly P. Here we are near the weekly P again, and it just doesn't look good. Nothing really looks good for for Bitcoin. Check out weekly. Weekly still burnt out. I still would love to see this area up here. This is like an area I'm just licking my chops for us to get. Just one more test of this area before we start going into recession and before things start getting really bad. The daily starting to turn over on us as well. It's not looking really good. I kind of have to say I'm neutral on Bitcoin right now, although these lower time frames are just very bearish. They're holding very bearish. So, at this rate, a pull back down to S2 area, I mean, I don't see why we can't get that. This like 54.5. I mean, it just does not look good. Do we have any reports tomorrow? Let me check, make sure. Oh, I do want to see high block as well real quick. Let's see. Today is the 15th, so we got building permits and housing stats. So, no, we don't really have anything. Oh, consumer sentiment. Oh, consumer sentiment is at 10 a.m. Eastern. So that could make us move a bit. And then Gosby speaks. FOMC member Gosby speaks at 125. So I feel like if we're going to get anything dramatic, it would probably be around 10. Because it won't be the building permits and it won't be the housing stats. That's for sure. So kind of keep your eyes on the 10 a.m. reports that come out. I would assume we would want consumer sentiment to go down. Hold on just a second. Yeah, we would want it to go down. Down would be a better indication than up. So as long as we're down from the 66.7% that we have, that would be good news for us. Let me pull it over here so you can see it. Sorry. And also let me change the color correction there so it looks a little better. Sorry about that. So there are two versions of this data released 14 days apart. Financial confidence is a leading indicator of consumer spending, which accounts for majority of overall economic activity. So I would assume that if this goes, we would want it to go up. We want it to go up. That means economic activity is good, right? So that's what we're looking for, is a higher one than what we have right here. I did want to look and see, we had core retail sales that came out today. That's why the market kind of ran today. And that's insane. That's like such a dramatic change. And of course there's no, oh, there's a chart right here. Like, wow. Nothing like this. This is from COVID though. Shortly after COVID, all that money was being printed out. But I mean, it's ticking up. It's not bad. That looks really good, I must say. You know, you always try to find the bright in things, and like that's a really good report right there to have. Unemployment claims wasn't too bad, actually came in lower. So that's pretty much the reason for the market moving like it did today. Philly Fed Manufacturing Index, that's very low though. Wow, that's really low. Oh boy. I should probably do a course on the different events, Forex events, and how each one affects the market. That would be kind of a cool course to do as well. Anyways, so let's get back to the chart. I don't really, I hate to say it, but I don't really see anything bullish, to be honest with you. Doesn't look too good. I mean, the 1 hour is starting to look really good, but all of our divergences that we kind of already played out. We had one on, was it 6 hour, 4 hour? Maybe it was a 4 hour. No, maybe the 2 hour. It must have been the 2 hour. Oh yeah, there was one on the 2 hour. There's two on the 2 hour, and then we had three divergences on the top, which kind of gave that price action back down over here. So this was really, really clean move right there. And then, you know, we had two bullish divergences down here, had a nice move up. So but overall, I'm leaning a bit bearish. I can't really find reason for us to be bullish for anything. The dollar's climbing. It's sad. It's sad to see it. The dollar's climbing. S&P is rallying though. So the only good part of this is the S&P is going up, and Bitcoin tends to follow S&P. The dollar hasn't strengthened too much, but again, I would really like to see us get back down over here in this area, kind of swing fill this area, this 2 hour order block, which is broken. It should be over here more, but I will fix that in the next update for Serenity at some point here. But, yeah, I mean, if we get back over in this area, I would look for this to possibly be an area to bounce. The weekly P isn't quite the bounce that we wanted off that. I would have wanted a bit more. But this might, if we start failing, probably around this area, I'll look to close my long with whatever profits I make and look to get lower in on my long. Maybe down over here. This kind of looks like a nice area to get in again. So unfortunately, it wasn't quite the price action we wanted from this move, but this might indicate us going lower, a bit lower, for us to make another move back up to the high. But until levels are like really taken out, you can't expect price to do that. So like if this level is taken out, then there's a good opportunity for us to go lower down here. But until this area kind of holds support, we are still kind of in this support zone right here per se. So as long as this area holds, you know, we can make a move up higher. But again, these higher time frames are just looking really bad. The 8 hours looking really bad. The 6 hours looking really bad. The 12 hour looks terrible. And the day, I mean, it's pretty much almost turned back over. So it doesn't quite bode well for it. I do want to emphasize that the day is starting to turn back over, but hasn't quite turned over yet. So this is kind of caution. Keep wind of the caution. This still could turn down, or it could still turn back up. It's kind of in this weird area right now where there's not much, you know, it's hard to guess where this is right now. Like if you look at the 6 hour, you know, that's pulling bearish as heck, right? And then if you went to like the 2 hour, it's kind of like pulling, you know, it's kind of flippy floppy like the day. So normally when you're looking for these trades with jux, you kind of want to make sure things are leading in the same direction on multiple time frames. The day's kind of washy, along with the 12 hour. The 12 hour is kind of flatlined. We've been in this consolidation zone right here, and it's just flatlined. So even though my stance is a bit bearish, the higher time frames don't really have a sense of direction completely. So when you're watching my videos and kind of reading for yourself on your own what you think is the indication of compared to mine, just know that, you know, when the time frames are looking like this is kind of a neutral posture, and I tend to, it's a neutral posture as well here, but I tend to try to go with what the majority of the time frames are. And as I was glancing through all these other time frames, I noticed that most of them are pointing down. So they are in a neutral way, but for me, that indicates that it's in a bearish posture, right? Now that can change. The day and the 12-hour take a bit of time to actually play out. So just food for thought on that. Anyways, I did want to pull up the high block liquidation chart here as well, which is starting to favor the longs a lot better than the shorts. So that's great to see that. We're consolidating in this area right here, and we're really stacking up a lot of short liquidations here. So a move to the upside could be a possibility, but I'm really far against it right now. I just don't see it. I really see us going much lower first before we start making a move to the high again, possibly get more short stuck in this area right here before we look for higher highs or higher areas. This is a tough one here, I must say. But that's kind of the reflection I have on Bitcoin. Let's look at XO real quick. Let me refresh it. So prime example is price has been going up, open interest has been dropping, and shorts have been closing out. So that's never really great to see. Actually, it kind of flatlined. It flatlined. Shorts closed out. Price wicked. Interesting. This is some ugly PA. Longs are just closing out as we go lower, though. Shorts are just kind of closing out as well. It's just it's a very ugly spot right now. Nobody really knows what's going on. This is one of those hard ones where you have to use some risk management, some psychology, and just wait for a potential area for you to take a position, more so than just jumping in and hoping for the best, right? Let's check out Ethereum. I spoke highly of Ethereum last time, and I still feel like it's still got some room to go further. Well, it did have a good move up. Ooh, that had a great move up. Let's see here. So 12 hours starting to turn back over. It's looking kind of like Bitcoin. The day is looking a lot better than Bitcoin's, at least, right? So that's good news. 8 hours starting to turn over pretty bad. 6 hour as well. 4 hour not looking good either. 4 hour does have a nice bullish divergence though. So we are sitting on this order block right here. Might have a nice little bounce back to the upside here in this area possibly, and then let the higher time frames actually play out. But overall, I am looking from the higher time frame standpoint, I am looking a bit bearish on Ethereum, but lower time frame, I do see us having a possible bounce play to be had, especially sitting on that order block right here, right? Looking pretty darn nice, I must say. Much better than what Bitcoin's giving us right now. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you love the content. You know, comment if there's some coin you want me to look at or some stock you want me to take a look at. Comment in the description, in the comment section, and I'll take a look at it in the next video. But yeah, that's it for me. I hope you have a wonderful day, wonderful evening, or a good morning wherever you are. Peace.